Hello! Well, I've just come out of my checkup for my leg, which has been fine actually. It seems to be mending. I've got another week with me plasters and strips and things on, but after that I'm going to be back doing whatever I need to do. Not that it's not hurting anymore, but I just kind of need to be a little bit careful. Tell you what though, literally just come out of the hospital behind me, and look where I am now. Gonna do you a slow pan. I mean, that is not a shit place to live, is it? It's really lovely. I'm just kind of round the back, so we've got the harbour over there, that's Banff Harbour. We've got Macduff Harbour over there. We've got Banff Bay over here. And leading round the other side, you're going over to the Links and Scottstoun and the nice bits of beach. Yeah, it's only like 10:30 in the morning, but I just thought I'd do my video now. I have ordered some bits and pieces for the bothy. I've decided the Belfast sink is just going to stay at the forge. I just think it's the right thing to do. I started trying to build that stand, but I don't think the timber's quality enough. I got it all cut and dried out, but it's had such a lot of rot and woodworm previously. It's gone now, but it's just, I don't know if you've ever kind of picked up a piece of timber that's kind of had historic rot in it. You can tell it's lighter than it's supposed to be, like massively, because effectively all that internal structure has gone. It's been digested. So I've just got a normal sink unit coming, which I'll be able to plumb in really quickly, and I can just then start getting that bathroom together. As I said, the marquee has arrived. I've got that in the hall. Maybe was a little bit previous buying that because I've now got to keep it somewhere. And yeah, do you know what? Last night I had D&D with my crew last night. Good people. And it ended up like I was just sat there just thinking about, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and in between turns I was kind of browsing Screwfix and just really started feeling a bit more kind of optimistic about it all. I mean, then I came out this morning and I was like, it is too cold to do anything today. It's like proper nasty damp, you know. I know it looks gorgeous, and it is gorgeous, but it's that wetness in the air and that kind of penetrating cold, you know, that really gets into your bones. It's not my favourite. So I'm just wandering down High Street now. So here we go, that's the castle there. There's the shops. The forge and the bothy and places are off to the right there. That's the old town hall. For sale, one day. If I ever win the lottery, I'm buying that. And I'm going to turn it into... Do you know what I think would be really cool? So the Greeks, I don't know if you've heard about what the Greek forums were, but what they did was they just had a place that was just a place to meet. And you know, all of the politicians and thinkers and business people, you know, they'd just turn up there and have conversations. That's where they'd have their meetings. That's where they would thrash out their plans. It was a place for people to do business, a place for people to, I don't know, just communicate, integrate. And there's a really big, so this entire front section here, if the bus wasn't there, that is all one massive hall. And I'd just love to do something like that. But it also needs $500,000 spending on its roof before you've even done anything else. So maybe not quite. But I don't know. I love my town so much. I just want to see it come back. I want to help it come back. At the end of the day, as with any high street anywhere, what you get is, I'm going to go into the castle for a minute because I can. Yeah, with any what was I saying? With any town anywhere, you get a lot of vacant buildings. High streets have suffered all over. But I feel happy that I've taken 2 buildings that were derelict to some degree or other and put them back into use, and I just really love to keep doing that and keep turning the town around. Maybe once I've got all the experience I need, I'll be able to apply for funding for all these town regeneration groups and things like that. Maybe I don't know. Again, it's all part of this. What would I love the future to look like? Not just of my life, but of my family and all around Banff. So here we go. That's the castle there. Unfortunately, it's chaired by our local reform councillor, who is, well, let's just say me and him have some fundamental differences of opinion about how immigrants, the poor, the LGBTQ community, and just most of society should be treated. He thinks they should be treated one way. I think they should be treated with respect and kindness. But that's just me. So look at that now. Look at that. Looking out into the bay. Isn't it glorious? Actually, when we first moved here, like our first kind of 3 weeks, we weren't actually able to live in the house because it was still being done. We'd come over every day. Well, actually I'd come over, but the family would join me and we'd work, do renovations, I was project managing everything. And then we'd go to the bakery and then we'd come and we'd sit in this bench right here. And we'd eat a pie, we'd eat a donut, looking out at the sea going, we live here now. And although that time was kind of difficult, it was really difficult. I mean, I'd just moved 400 miles and then had to renovate a house because I literally had nowhere I could live. So my memories of sitting on that bench were somewhat not confused, but mixed in terms of it was a huge achievement that we'd got there and that things were happening, but also I was in the middle of probably the most stressful period of my life. So yeah, but I'm doing my best to fall back in love with my town because it is just a glorious place. And despite the haters, there's a lot of good people here. There's a lot of people trying to make things better. There's people trying to make things worse, don't get me wrong, such as reform councillors and just other awful fascists. But we're going to make things better up here, and I feel hopeful when I think about that.